So I'm going to start with grants, and because I know I was involved with the Civic Club a few years ago when you were going through renovations, and I worked with Ann Murner and
Jean.
Yes, Jean, and we worked on getting some funding for your building needs. So that was very exciting. So I have some knowledge about what the Civic Club does and your mission and how your history, which is rich and beautiful, and such a gem and a benefit for Oldham County. So you might be eligible for some grants, but most likely the best thing that the Civic Club could do is look at its fundraising ability, its ability to bring in unrestricted funds. Grant is a restricted fund. It can only be used for a specific purpose. But unrestricted funds is the money that you get when you have your main fundraiser, the parade of, or the home show. And I can explore with you different ways from complicated to less complicated of getting more funds in, bringing in more funds in to help you with what you do. So I brought with me this book, who your treasurer maybe might want to look at it. This would be a source of grant funds, and my tags along here are ones that are likely to give in Oldham County. Okay, and I've shared this with a number of other Oldham County nonprofit groups. So who would be the best person to maybe look at this that I could lend? Okay. There. Okay. You're welcome. You can borrow that for a while. You'll have to give it back. But now I've prior to my county days, I worked in a business helping nonprofits raise money, and with my husband. And my husband and I came up with a list of where to go for what are called unrestricted funds. So I'm going to go ahead and pass this out at each table. And maybe we could look at this just briefly. There you go. Pass those around. Oh, I forgot to keep one for me.
Well, I'll give you one.
Yeah, I need a cheat sheet. Thank you. Well, I got an extra. Okay, and we called this Core Circle of Resource Entanglements. And it's just a way of bringing together lots of different funds. The first thing on my list is to get on the list. You may have noticed that there are lists of organizations that match their employees' gifts. Or they have ways of getting a percentage of a sale. I know, Kroger, everybody's familiar with Kroger and that donation format. You may have I know I personally have my percentage go to my church. But you can elect to have that percentage go to the Civic Club. You can get on that list, and you're doing that already. And it brings in a little steady stream of money every probably quarter that they pay. But there are others. You might want to look into ConAgra, that's right here in our backyard. You might want to look into Rawlings. They may match their employees' gifts. Another one is UPS. They match their employees' gifts. Okay, so, and further down the list, where it says employee matching fund and volunteers, that's where an employer may match the time that their employee volunteers for you. Okay? They may match it in dollars. Don't know. But it's worth looking into. Another list is state and federal employees. This extends down to universities. If you can get on their lists, any gift you get from a federal or state employee is matched by the government. So it's worth getting on that list. Another thing is to use a newsletter. Make your needs known. If you put wish lists out there on your Facebook page, on your website, in a newsletter, people are aware and they will give. If you have specific items that you need, and cash doesn't count. We all know you need cash. But if there's specific items, or even in the area of cash, if you have, when you put out this appeal to make your building renovations, the community rallied around you, didn't it? So when you have a specific cause, make it known, make it public, get it out there. Now, a way of getting objects is the next three, this state and federal surplus, this good360.com, techsoup.com, and in-kind donations. Those are ways of not getting cash, but bringing in things. So, state and federal surplus, and actually even the county has a surplus. We're going to be having an auction here soon. But we auction off items. Schools have auctions, okay, and this is surplus. Let's say you need to upgrade all your tables. There's a really good chance that the state warehouse has a stack of tables from floor to ceiling or chairs. You would be eligible to purchase those surplus items at a very, very reduced cost because of your nonprofit status. Good 360 is a vehicle that allows merchants, manufacturers, to donate their excess product for the benefit of the public. Say, for instance, they have this specially marked box of Pampers just for the Christmas season or something. And it's April. They've got to get rid of that. So they donate it through this Good 360. They get a tax deduction, and the public, the people who need those diapers, get the diapers through some nonprofit organization. So it's worth looking into, just to look at the website. TechSoup.com is a way of accessing software. Not sure if you might need that or not. And in-kind donations are, you would, on that small scale of the Good 360, you can serve as an opportunity for local businesses to get rid of their old stuff. Okay, let's say the funeral home wants to upgrade their chairs. Get new chairs, and they get a tax write-off, okay? Okay, then we've got planned giving endowments. This is where you let people know that they can donate to the Civic Club in their will. And then online donations. How many folks have ever heard of GoFundMe? Yes, okay. That's one of the most popular ones. One I came across is youcaring.com. And nonprofits can go up there and state their wishes for donations. The donations go through the website, and then you get a check. So those are just ways of increasing your bottom line, increasing your revenue stream, so that you're in a better financial position. Any questions? Yes.
About windows. Need 12 windows.
Ah.
For this building. Yeah.
Well,
That's kind of amazing. Is that a particular?
well, okay.
Anybody?
Well, let's start examining window companies, okay? Start checking out window companies. Take some time and look at Good 360 and see if they don't have a stockpile of windows. Don't know. Never hurts to look and check it out. And it never hurts to ask. Okay, you don't know what you're going to get. Okay. Now, I'm going to transition by talking about lists. There is one list you could get on. It will take some work. And it could net you about $1,500 to $2,000 about every 18 months. Okay. But it takes some work. And that's getting on my list. I have a list that I give out money to nonprofit organizations in the county for picking up trash. Takes some work. Along the highways. Yes. How many folks have seen kids with orange vests? Well, it's not limited to kids. Anybody, any nonprofit can do it. And you could force your kids to do it. And the check comes here. Okay. So I have an application for you to get on my list and the agreement. And I've brought this for you. If you want to fill that out. Sure.
Are people ever hurt doing that?
So far, no. Yeah, it
Would be in our Oldham County.
yes, they're Oldham County roads.
Okay.
I can tailor your assignment to your abilities and the number of people you have. And I work very closely with the groups to try to help them out. You get all the safety equipment, you get all the bags, you get gloves. And I've done it myself. Actually, on one occasion, I found 3 neatly rolled up $20 bills. So, kind of paid off.
Just the roads, I mean, because
It's just the roads. I know,
we clean up the park every morning. We walk over there. And you just can't keep up with it. Because a lot of times critters get in the garbage and.
yes, that's true, that's
so
true.
That doesn't count.
No, sorry. Yeah, we get a grant from the state for cleaning up roadside litter. So it's just for roadsides. But we try to keep our county clean, yes.
So could you give us more of a detail, how many people usually, how long it spans?
Well, was that,
No, I was just gonna say, when I was Ways and Means for the Oldham County Band, I decided there wasn't gonna be a middleman, so we cleaned those roads, but you have the whole band. And I would just call people up and say, haven't you ever wanted a road all by all of your own? And then I would sell people on leading
Yeah.
the group, but we cleaned the whole county. And got it.
well, it's a lot easier than selling candy or cookies or wrapping paper. And it's good exercise. Another way that it pays off in dividends for me is there's another generation of people who are not going to throw out trash. And they're going to teach their children not to throw out trash. So that's my main benefit. So I'm really encouraging young people to do it. But so that get your kids and your grandkids and your in-laws and your outlaws and but how you do it, generally a huge group is 30. Okay, so a huge group is 30. I've even had one person go out and clean up a road all by himself. He couldn't get anybody else. Yeah, I know. It was 4 miles, but ordinarily I give out assignments of around 10 miles, and it pays $150 a mile. So my list is, I have 67 groups on my list. I usually use about 40 groups a year. So it's 18 months down the road.
See, I think that's fascinating because I hate to say this. I always thought the people that cleaned up the highways were prisoners.
Sometimes it is. We still have to, I have to go out there myself.
Not all of them are.
No. Generally, the vast majority are volunteers, and they're getting money for their group, yes.
So how long is the road and how often do you have to clean it?
Well, I try to get the main thoroughfares. My goal is to get them at least once a month through the reasonable months. The winter we suffer, but and I've already had 146 cleaned twice this year. You can't tell. From end to end, county line to county line. Yeah, and yeah. So I work on 22, 146, and 42, and then I do the major north-south arteries, and then we catch the back roads as we can. So, okay, let's talk about recycling.
Before you do.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that all of you were aware that a few years ago, we were in dire straits because of our heat situation. We thought we were going to have some major issues, either the heat pump might conk out because it was quite old, or that the air conditioning might not function any longer. So that time we decided that we would enlist this great lady's help. And she helped us to get a grant through that Peyton Samuel Head
The
Foundation.
trust, yeah.
And so that's how we were blessed to get that new system that we have that works so well, and we know we can count on it.
Yes.
So thank you.
You're welcome, Jean. Thank you. It was my pleasure. Okay, does everybody have a recycling guide? No. Okay. Okay. Here. There you go. Okay. Okay, there you go. Any more? Yes. Okay. Now, we're going to play a little game. I brought some goodies. So I want all of you to study the top of the page where it says Oldham County Recycling, what the Oldham County Recycling Center takes. Okay. So that's your cheat sheet. I'm going to pass out these gifts. Okay. What I'm giving out are actually all recyclable materials. Just about everything can be recycled. But we don't recycle everything because recycling costs money. So we have to be mindful of what we do and don't recycle. Let's see. So I'm giving each table one bag. I have some extras. And I want each table to go through their bag. Okay. All right, just talking about the contents of the bags that each table got. Let's have a table report. Can we start at this table? What's your report?
Recycling. We're assuming they're talking about the trash thing.
No, all the glass. Well, both of them, all of it.
All of it?
Yeah.
Well, it would have to be sorted through because some of that might be glass and some might not be. I don't know.
That's all glass.
That plastic thing is.
No, that was full of glass.
Oh, well, it might be able to be recycled, we figured. If it had this triangle on the bottom,
Well,
it might be, but,
okay.
no, if that's all glass, then I can't tell.
No, we don't take glass. Yeah, take that to Kroger, right?
This was full with food in it.
Well, I know, I didn't. Don't worry about the food. Yeah, after it's empty, it would be recyclable.
It was a trick question. No, not in Oldham County.
Right, not in Oldham County. Very good.
What about books, though?
We do take books, we recycle them with our paper,
Okay.
not in the cardboard.
Does the cover have to be torn off?
That would be nice. That would be good. Okay, this table's report.
Okay, plastic bottle, yes.
Yes,
Aluminum,
yes, yes.
we're torn on this, but it's all metal, so we're saying yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The clothespin, maybe we took the metal off.
We wouldn't do that. That would be very, very labor intensive, so no.
Okay, we would have to take the metal off ourselves.
Yeah.
And there's a stiff piece of plastic, but there's no labeling, so we're assuming no.
That would go in the
Other
trash.
additives,
That would go in the
and this,
trash.
of course, to someplace
Yes.
else, recycle.
Yes. Plastic bags, absolutely no, no. Yeah. Yeah, even if you use curbside, your curbside bins, do Republic a favor and don't put plastic bags in there.
They did tell us to put shredded paper in a plastic bag,
So
though.
it doesn't blow up.
Well, that's,
On the recycling.
yeah, that's an exception. That's an exception, simply because we don't want shredded paper in our neighbors' yards, and yeah, that needs to be contained. And I'll talk more about shredding in a minute. Yes, this table, report.
Could you be our spokesperson? Plastic bag to Kroger.
Yes.
Rigid plastic comes to you.
Look, on the bottom, what's the triangle? I mean, you can drop it off. It's a 5. We are going to be reducing our plastics that we accept to 1s and 2s only.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes. It's not going on now, but we are going to be reducing to 1s and 2s only.
This is a 1.
That's a 1, yes. So that's going to be your clear plastics and your milk jugs, Tide bottles, things like that. Paper would be recycled, yes.
This is cardboard. It's corrugated.
Yes, we love cardboard.
You do?
Bring us cardboard.
Because every stick of cardboard he gets, he piles up.
Oh, we love it. That
And a piano.
somebody brought us a piano a few years ago.
Maybe Republic Services would be the one that would take that.
Yes, yes, I think they ended up with it. But somebody actually dropped off a piano at the recycling center. Yes. Yeah, yeah. I'm sure they meant well. Okay, this table. Could I get your report?
Okay, these are recyclable.
Yes, paper, cardboard, and can. No mattresses, no box springs,
No plastic paper.
no plastic bags, and no styrofoam. Styrofoam is actually often has a triangle number, and it's number 7. we are not able to recycle it. We just can't do it. We'd love to find a way to recycle everything, but, it costs. Yes?
I've often wondered about wire hangers.
Actually, yes, because we have started accepting scrap metal, because we have a way of, we found a great way to get rid of scrap metal. We were getting so much. I guess it didn't make the cut, but I have one picture of a bunch of bikes that were dropped off. In the past, we couldn't, those ended up in the trash. Now we have a way to recycle them. So we're changing. We have to change with the times. Yes, this table. Last but not least.
Oh, I thought we already had.
Our cans are recyclable.
Yeah,
The cardboard or corrugated board,
right,
cereal box, or it's like a fiberboard box.
yes,
Not the plastic bag,
not the plastic bag,
not the wine bottle.
not the wine
glass
bottle,
And not the wood.
not the ruler that I have to return to my drawer. See, I'm recycling.
When you bring your recyclable materials up there, do you have to separate them either before or once you get there?
Well, that's up to you.
I mean, they
Yeah.
do have them bins marked.
We are moving more and more towards sorting, public sorting.
Okay.
So, and we're anticipating having much more segregated bins in a much different array than we have now. We're going to get rid of those green bins.
Okay.
And because it's too easy to dump your garbage in those bins.
Yes.
And that's what we get, a lot. So now we're going to have open top bins with a nice canopy covering, and it'll be a much more attractive appearance, and we'll be able to monitor the content of the bins. So but that's down the road. I just turned that grant in.
So we should not be wrapping our garbage and kitchen scraps in our Kroger bags and throwing
You can put those in the trash.
in the trash.
In the trash.
It's not recyclable.
Not recycling, yes, yes. You can use the Kroger bags make wonderful trash can liners. I use them all the time. So, yeah, sure. So you can use them. It's just that when you do use them as trash bags for your little vanity trash can, make sure that you take that and put it in another bag, because on a windy day, it'll blow off, yes. So, yes.
Where can we take old televisions and monitors now?
Okay, I'll talk about televisions. Yes, boat anchors, no. No, actually, you don't want to break them, because the tube TVs have lead gas in them. Yes. So you don't want to break them, absolutely not.
Take them to a TV place and let them deal with it.
Well, can you think of a TV place? Well,
Like one in Linden.
there's not very many, but your old tube TVs that don't have the high def, we're stuck with them. I just got a bill today for TVs that I'm trying to get rid of, and it's over $2,500. And that was just for a partial load. Yeah.
Does it go into hazmat?
I can't get the state to allow me to put it in hazmat landfills. So it's very, very, very expensive. So we just had to stop. Last year we had a great deal going. We were getting paid for all the TVs that we shipped out. Penny a pound, it was great. But that was when there were federal supports for paying for people switching over their TVs. The federal supports ran out at the end of the year.
So we have to wait.
Yes.
One of the biggest issues I see are mattresses. I
Oh,
frequently see people, I mean, conveniently having one in the back of their truck and it ends up on the road or by the phone. So, what is?
okay, well, I'm glad you mentioned mattresses because actually Republic has a new rule about mattresses and box springs. They must be bagged in plastic before you set them out. Did everybody get the all call on that? I'll get to you. But please, you can get these bags at Home Depot. They're like mattress sleeves. Okay. Yeah, there's anyway, that the reason is for bed bugs. Yes, because they don't, it's one way of stopping that. But, and it could be why we're seeing mattresses on the side of the road. I know, but to their defense, in their defense, I've had to go out and pick up a mattress using a pickup, and you know, I accelerated and it went right off the truck. Yes.
Well, I know that Republic now will accept old commodes, but the only way is you have to put it into a box or a container and break it up.
Oh.
Take a hammer and break it. And they break, from what I've been told, they break real easily. That's one of the reasons why you see old commodes on the side of the road as well. People that can't dispose of them or that won't pay to dispose of them.
Yeah.
I still have some residual anger issues, so if anybody needs me to help bust up something like
That's a good one.
I don't see a place at the recycling place to put like small batteries.
We do. We have a bin. We have a clear, or it's a white plastic barrel right at the front beside the electronics that's marked batteries.
They used to have it at the police station, but you would go and try to put your batteries in there and it was overflowing and you couldn't do it.
No, well, we will accept batteries. Yes.
Depot takes them too.
Yes, Home Depot, Lowe's, yeah, yeah.
Oldham Fire Department takes them.
Okay.
So when you get cans,
Yes.
do you take your cans to get paid and get money for them to
Yes.
use in the county?
Yes. Yes.
You know, my
Yes.
husband decides we're gonna recycle our cans and he drives them all the way down to like 32nd Street and he got $7 for it. And I said, why do that? We'll let you get that $7.
Yeah. Because we're segregating the materials, which makes them more valuable. So when we get our aluminum cans, we make a big giant block of aluminum cans that weighs about 300 to 400 pounds. And then we ship that off, and that's worth 60 cents a pound.
Yes,
So, yeah.
that's good.
Yes.
I'd rather bring it to you for you to get the money.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Just wanted to
Yeah, I mean,
be
that-
able to tell him that.
We're trying to use our cans and our actually the lead acid batteries and computers, bring them. They help offset the cost of the televisions. That's what we're trying to use to offset that cost. Yes.
I tell you what pays the most is copper.
Oh, well, of course.
Yeah.
I had $214 worth of junk metal, and $40 of it was this one little tub of copper wire.
Yeah.
Well, even the wires on the televisions will cut off and see to it that those are recycled too. So we're doing our very, very best to try to use the materials you bring us to realize the best profit for the county. Okay, first. Okay, let's talk about hazardous waste real quick, okay? You mentioned yard pesticides and things like that. Okay, our household hazardous waste event is one time a year. It's the third Saturday in October at the fairgrounds. It's on the bottom of your sheet, on the back. Yes. Okay, at that event, you can bring your oil-based paints, your pesticides, your weed killers, spray cans, or like spray paints. You can even bring batteries and fluorescent bulbs, your curly bulbs.
Yes.
Okay. And somebody also asked about wet paint. If you have latex paint, that is not considered hazardous as long as it's dry. Yes. If you put, sand or kitty litter in it and let it dry out, you can just put it in the garbage. Okay. Okay. A few other things I want to talk with you about, and this is concerning Republic. That we talked about windy days. Often when you get trash blowing like that on a windy day, after the Republic truck has been through, it's because your neighbor, certainly not you, has set their trash can out the wrong way, with the handle pointed towards the street instead of the opening. You always want the opening pointed towards the street, because then the lid dumps right into the side of the truck. If it's the other way around, there's more opportunity for all that waste to go flying, and those little Kroger bags full of trash to go across the yard.
Too much and the lid won't go down.
Right. If the can is overloaded.
Right.
And keep in mind, if you have only one trash can and you find that you're overstacking, you're overloaded, you can get another can.
Yes.
It's okay. You can have 2 trash cans and a recycling can. You have to pay for the recycling service, but the can comes with it. So you can have a combination of 3 cans at no extra cost. After that, you start paying for the cans. But,
No, they charge more. In our place, they charge us more if you have the second one.
And if you get a recycle.
now, is that with the recycling can? With the recycling can, or the recycling service is extra. It's about $5.40 a month extra. And but the can comes with it. But your service, our franchise agreement, permits you to have up to a combination of 3 cans at no extra charge. So double check. If you have a question about that, you can give Republic a call. Their number is on that page, and find out if you're being charged properly. Okay? They're very easy to work with, I have found. And they're willing to help. They're always there to help. Okay, any other questions?
Do you have the times for the hazardous material? What time?
That will be probably starting at 8:30, and it goes all day. I think it's 8:30 to 4, something like that. You're welcome. Okay. Anything else? Okay. Well, thank you very much.